Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I am your nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate marketing. And today, my guest, Todd Crawford, over at Impact. Thank you for joining me in the Nerdatorium today, sir.
Yeah, excited to be here, Dustin. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. If you would like to be in Todd's seat, come be my guest. Go to dustinhouse.com/nerd and drop in any kind of topic that you want to discuss. And our topic of the day is really what we are doing beyond rev share in the affiliate realm. So the question of the day is your program offering more than rev share today? And we're going to go through that discussion with Todd. But before we get into it, Todd Crawford, who are you?
I'm a guy who clicks around on the internet all day. I'm one of the co-founders at Impact.com. And prior to that, I was part of the team that founded CJ or CJ Affiliate, or what used to be called Commission Junction in the very early days. So that was back in 1998. And in between CJ and Impact.com, I was at Digital River, helping them launch their affiliate network, One Network Direct.
Cow.
So
Okay.
been on the tech side, the network side for 25 plus years.
That's a wild ride. Can you take me through a little bit of like how you got to Impact and like that journey moving from CJ over?
Yeah, so after CJ was sold and most of the team there, eventually leaves and we kind of kept in touch and we were surprised that the industry kind of hadn't changed. It had been a couple of years and it still at the time, networks were getting pretty high margins, let's say 20 to 30% of the commissions that are paid out by brands. And the pent up demand for tech innovation was not being met. I'd say affiliate networks are really agencies that own their own tech. So they have
Mhm.
their own little network, big network, and I feel like they can throw bodies at a problem and not invest in tech. And so when I was, you know, helping drive product innovation, it was very frustrating because it would either never get done or it would take extremely long times to get it done. So we kind of were amazed that the margins were so high for the industry and the innovation was lacking. And we thought, well, we don't want to build another affiliate network and just kind of, belly up to the table and try to get our slice of the pie. We wanted to change the industry, and we felt like data was huge. And if we could really just focus on technology and not be a network, so that means not providing managed services, instead partnering with the OPMs, the agency world, and provide a service to them to manage their clients. And so that was the vision. And in January of 2008, we kind of got the band back together again. And I guess the rest is history.
Awesome. And the managed services, this is a part of your guys' strategy that you still hold tight to today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have an amazing relationship with the agencies out there that are in this space, and we work very closely with them. And it's a give and take. We bring business when we're working with our clients or trying to get them to buy our products. They sometimes need agency services, so we have to refer them. And then obviously agencies bring business to us, they're already managing that. And they also
Mhm.
know that we're not their competitor. We have no desire to compete with them. And so just been a great relationship. It's a big contributor to our business.
Yeah, there's always been a conflict of interest. I saw it from day one working at CJ, and never liked that strategy altogether. But love that you guys have held that tight throughout your time at Impact. And for those that don't know all about Impact.com, can you tell us what you guys do and who you're serving out there?
Yeah, we have three products. Some are newer and maybe haven't been officially announced, but the primary product is our performance product, and that's again, it's a SaaS software solution. It has a marketplace component like a network, so you can search for affiliates and partners, and they can search for you. Uh, but it is a uh, a platform for managing partnerships. It has probably the most sophisticated contracting capabilities in the industry, definitely the most powerful reporting capabilities. Um, and we're fortunate to work with thousands of amazing brands that run their business on our platform. So that's our primary product, or what got us best known. More recently, we launched our creator solution, and that was through an acquisition that we made of a SaaS company that powered creator campaigns. And so, a lot of people in the affiliate industry see creator as something that existed in affiliate. You have YouTubers or bloggers reviewing or recommending products and services. But once social media platforms came out and there's more short format kind of ability to promote, that's really when the influencer economy started. And so brands typically see those as brand building and awareness campaigns, and there's different workflows, and you don't really treat them like affiliates. You can, but you don't typically. So we built a solution for that has all those workflows and tasks and measurement capabilities that you would expect to run an influencer campaign. We also have a branded portal, so very large enterprise brands have kind of a closed loop where they can create their own influencer network. And then the most recent solution that we're bringing out is called Advocate, and that's kind of synonymous with Refer a Friend, but it works with B2B, it works with e-commerce, direct to consumer. And so there you see brands really leaning in to leverage their customers to drive more customers to them. And the one thing all of those products have in common is the type of messaging or advertising that consumers are being exposed to. They don't like being advertised to. None of us do, right? And there's a lot of lack of trust in advertising, and feel like your privacy is being violated through retargeting and things like that. So consumers, especially younger consumers, really do not respond well to the brand's advertising. And what they do respond to is friends and people they trust or admire, their recommendations and experience with products and services. So if you look at affiliates, if you look at creators, and you look at consumers, they're best at telling people how great your product is because they're using it, or they've tried it, or they've compared it with other products and services that they are similar. So that's really the overarching kind of commonality between these three products, is that you're able to get other people to inform people about your products and services.
Yes, and I love that you guys are trying to make it a one-stop shop for affiliate managers and marketing channels to like get all of their ducks in a row when it comes to their attribution for the clients that they're bringing on. And I want to jump in a little bit more on creator. Like, I know that you guys built this out for that influencer like transition. We've always tried to be in the influencer space, but like never solve for it enough. Influencers don't know enough about affiliate marketing to make a big difference if they don't know what they're doing. So like some of those tools within Creator are pretty cool. Like you guys set up like and support gifting and do some like what do you call it, the flagging of like social evidence. What about that?
Well, pulling in the social signals after a
Yes,
campaign.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, well, when you're trying to work with a creator, there's so much information that you need to be aware of, like what types of followers do they have, what's the engagement, and things like that. So for most brands, they want to understand who the influencer is before they accept them or recruit them into the um, into the campaign.
Yeah.
And then after the campaign launches and the creators start posting, you know, in the affiliate world, we want to see the sales that are generated. And in some of these platforms, it's harder to have a link, right? In an Instagram story, it's hard to have it. You might have a link in bio or something. And so those might not always drive it, or a promo code. But some of the other things we want to measure is just how consumers are responding, the engagement, like how many shares, likes, comments, views. So all of that's important in the overall performance of a creator campaign versus, affiliate is more solely focused on that last click
Hmm.
conversion.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. And that ties in really nicely. Like you guys are solving for that influencer campaign, but also like traditionally affiliate marketing has been a rev share environment, and it can be difficult for affiliate managers to go out there and ask publications to work on a rev share, especially when you guys don't have an existing relationship. So can you give the audience here a little bit more in depth, like what are the other options outside of rev share, and where do you think like the industry is with these other options?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I always look at online advertising as a risk spectrum,
Okay.
and the brand that's paying for advertising and the publisher that's getting paid to advertise, the risk spectrum is inverted.
Hmm.
So to think about it this way, if I'm an advertiser and I pay for advertising on a CPM basis, cost per impression, I'm assuming a lot of risk that people will even see the ad, much less be conscious of it, much less click on it and then convert. For the publisher, showing a CPM ad, I'm assuming very little risk. I have tons of impressions and I served your impressions, and that's what you paid me for. So when a publisher is asked to be paid on a performance basis, they're assuming a lot of risk. And the brand is assuming very little risk because you can show as many impressions and send as much traffic, but I'm only going to pay you when it converts. So I always feel like the click is kind of the sweet spot,
Okay.
because if I have content and you view it and you respond to that content by clicking on the link, that's my job
Yeah.
as a publisher. And now as a brand, you paid me for a click. It's up to you to do something with it. I mean, you have great products and services and pricing and description and layout and user experience so
Yeah.
that you can convert that. And so I think a lot of brands, especially in the affiliate mindset, are adverse to CPC, because if you have been in the affiliate industry since, the late 90s like I have, fraud would be the first thing that would come to
Right.
mind,
Right.
because a lot of affiliate networks that were built turn of the century, um, a click was a click was a click. If you double click a link, it's 2 clicks. If you click a link and 5 minutes later click it again, it's 2 clicks. And so that can invite a lot of fraud and not have a lot of transparency. As time progressed, we went to something called a unique click. The IAB kind of has a standard for that, and it's just a rolling 30-minute window. So if I click on something as a consumer and 29 minutes later I click again, it's 1 click. If it's 31 minutes, it's 2 clicks. So it mitigates a lot of fraud. It helps you understand, better the real clicks that you're getting or the visits to your site. So I think CPC has a role in working, with publishers that maybe are not as excited, or that you can get more out of that partnership, right? They may take a CPA deal, but a CPC deal may get them to lean in more. They may be able to drive more traffic and promote you more because they know they're going to get paid per click. And of course, affiliate managers have been paying for placements for years, right, on top
Right.
of CPA. And there's risk involved with that. I paid for placement and I didn't see an increase in sales, or I didn't see enough of an increase. So, there's always risk involved. I think it's just about mitigating it. Communication's key, and tracking and reporting is key to get the insights.
Okay, great. And agreed, like every sponsorship that I have ever negotiated as an affiliate manager, I'm always looking for some kind of guarantee from the publisher that we're going to get this many clicks to our site, or that we're going to get this many impressions. Something in that nature has to be written down. It's just can't just trust that the content's going to be going live and like magic's going to happen, right? That's a lot of wishful thinking, but so I hear you. CPAs or rev share is like the standard. CPA and CPC and CPM essentially as well are all options, and the flexibility on each platform is a little bit different. And you guys are able to handle all of those, but some other platforms may not be able to. So I guess my question here is like, why was RevShare so popular to begin with, and why is it held so steady through the industry?
I mean, as a brand, when you buy impressions or even buy clicks, your return on ad spend is determined after the fact, right? If you're buying $5 CPMs, $2 CPCs, whatever you're paying, um, the return on ad spend is calculated based on actual sales happening, and that's not guaranteed. So once somebody realized, well, I could just pay for sales, I mean, if I pay 10%, my return on ad spend is fixed already. It can't go wrong. And I think that's why brands have really fallen in love with that model. I mean, when it was late 90s, when I would talk to CEOs about affiliate marketing, I would sit there and explain, you pay for impressions, you're not even guaranteed a click, much less a sale. You pay for clicks, you're not even guaranteed a sale. With affiliate, you're only paying when you get a sale. You don't pay for the impression, you don't pay for the click. And they would literally go, I don't get it. and I would re-explain it, maybe a different example. And sometimes it would take 3 times, and then they'd go, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. How did I not? Why didn't I think of that? This is genius. I want to do it. So it makes sense. But again, the shared risk. I mean, fortunately, a lot of publishers have come up and figured this out. So it works for them and it works for brands. And that's why I think people like it. The big problem is affiliate marketing has been sold as last click, CPA, rev share. And it's hard to go back to management and say the budget is fixed on a cost per sale, but I want to get budget for placement buys. That's usually in the mix. But CPC, people go crazy. They're like, I'm not going to pay for CPC. That's too much risk.
Okay.
I'm scared to do it, or I can't get the budget, or people are telling me I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, and let's dive into some of those dangers of like the hesitations that the folks are out there, the advertisers that are hesitant on a CPC. Like I like to say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Like what are those things that advertisers can do to protect themselves on a CPC campaign?
Yeah, I think one is know who the partner is. Obviously, you wouldn't launch just a CPC program, right,
Yeah.
on an affiliate network, even if it was possible, and just let every affiliate drive clicks. It's because you're already working with them, or you know them, and you've maybe tested with them, and doing a small test on CPC, or even a small test with CPA, or something I've seen a lot of people doing is like a minimum CPC guarantee against a CPA. So I will pay you 10%, but I'll guarantee that your clicks are worth at least $1 a click.
Okay.
So what that means is at the end of the month, if you send me the number of clicks you sent me converted at 10%, that commission amount doesn't equal $1 a click, then there'll be a little bit of bonus. Maybe it only equaled 80 cents per click.
Okay.
So a 20 cents per click bonus would be applied. So the publisher's guaranteed, they know their traffic's at least worth $1 a click in my example, but they have the upside that maybe my effective CPC at the end of the month will be $2 a click on a 10% rev share, right? I'm okay with that as well. So, again, it's knowing who the publisher is, feeling like, there's trust, and there's maybe some testing that's happened already. And then you can roll it out more and more. You can also cap it. Like, look, I'll pay $2 CPC, but I don't want to pay more than $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month,
Okay.
or whatever it is, right? So you can also set that as a spend cap per month on a CPC. So, and it's also maybe like, what does the traffic do when it gets to my site, right? Like maybe I want you to drive it to this certain page, and there I'll pay $2, but I won't pay it if you send it somewhere else, or if so there's a lot of signals or triggers that can be applied to whether that click is worth $2 or worth nothing. So
Oh,
again,
great
it's
point.
really based on how the brand thinks about it.
And that kind of tracking, where you can do that kind of mix, doing a CPC and a CPA, like a rev share with the clicks that actually transition. You have to have the right tracking attribution to do all of that and put it in place. Like, how do you go about like approaching that with the network that you're working with?
Well, I mean, they have to have that capability built into how you create a contract. Like, normally you create a contract, I'll pay 10% commissions on rev share, and I have a cookie window of 30 days. And, and when you join the program, all the links you get and people click on will do that. If someone buys within 30 days and your last click, you'll get 10% of the sale amount. So you also need to be able to say, well, instead, I want to pay $2 per click on it minimum against it. You have to have that built into the software. So if it's not there, I definitely would avoid, more of a back end process to true it up every month or something like that. That's not smart. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very well. All right. Speaking of ad spend, I want to thank our sponsor of the day, and that is Dashfi. And the folks over at Dashfi, you can go and click this QR code, go to dustinhouse.com/dash. This is a financial partner in your business that you've been waiting for. A partner that knows and understands your business needs, your cash flow cycles, your limits to what you do in business day to day, and can scale with you. Combine cards and payments for the ultimate spend management platform for digital ad spend. It's time you graduated from the out of the box small business card to Dashfy's highly personalized enterprise corporate cards that are tailored to your needs. There's no annual fees, no late fees, no credit checks, unlimited virtual cards, easy onboarding, and advanced spend controls up to 10x higher daily spending limits and up to 3% cash back. Go to dustinhouse.com/dash to sign up and start spending smarter on ads. All right. Thank you, Dash5, for being a great sponsor with us. And getting back to this episode here, affiliate marketing. What is the outcome, or excuse me, why does affiliate marketing outperform other channels in your opinion here, Todd?
I think the first thing is just it has a better return on ad spend because you're, again, as I said earlier, you're setting it up front. You know what your return on ad spend. I mean, you might pay, you know, some affiliates 5%, some 10, and the whole channel bakes out to, let's say, 7.2%. Um, so, you look at other marketing channels, they might be, you might be getting a $10 or $20 return on ad spend, and the other channels are getting 3 or 5. So, you know, you're looking good, right? I mean,
Mhm.
who's going to argue with those? Everybody wishes all those channels could be that efficient. So I think that's the first thing that gets on the radar for leaders in a company, that this channel is very efficient, very cost effective. Uh, but it almost works against you because then when you say, well, what if I were, instead of, if all the other channels are, let's say, 5 and I'm 10, why can't I just be 7
Mm.
and spend more and work with more different types of partners and take a little more risk? um, and I think the reason is if I have a marketing mix of different paid channels, and I've got one that's $20 and one that's 10 and one that's 7, and I've got affiliate that's 5, it's cost averaging all those numbers down,
Mhm.
when I look at the whole return on ad spend across all channels. So, it's helping other channels or the whole pie look more efficient. And if you let it come up, then everything looks a little more expensive from a, 50,000 foot view.
Yeah, gotcha. And being that it is so cost effective, essentially, it gives you more ability to go and explore other opportunities, like you were talking about in the CPC realm. And speaking of those opportunities, like I've always had a hard time asking clients or executives for that kind of budget to go and explore these other opportunities. What are some of those best tactics that affiliate managers can do to approach executives and ask for this kind of exploratory budget?
Well, I think having a seat at the table and hearing how other channels operate and how they get budget and what their return on ad spend is and how they get more or less and how budget gets shifted around in your company, it's always good to just understand that. Um, and then secondly, know your data, know your channel very well. I find that affiliate marketers, depending on the platform they use, can have more data available to them than other marketing channels. And so you can show things and educate people internally, because some people just see affiliate as kind of a thing, a black box. They don't understand it,
Right.
or they see it as one thing, coupons, and they really don't understand the nuances. And so you have to do a lot of education, and then and advocating for your channel. But then kind of once you kind of learn the ropes and you've done a good job of educating, it's not like you're asking to blow your budget out,
Yeah.
proposing some tests. And it's kind of like, this is how Vegas works. If you go, oh, I've got some friends that showed me how to play craps, and I think it's fun, I want to go play it, or blackjack. What most people, the mistake they make is they go, I'm only going to spend $20 or $50, and I'm going to go to the lowest stake table. let's just say you're going to spend 100. Well, they know that you're not spending enough to beat the odds. The chances are you're going to play five hands or something and you're going to lose. So, but if you had enough at the table, you brought enough money to weather kind of some of these ups and downs, you can actually walk away a winner if you know when to walk away. And so it's the same with testing. If you try too small of a test, it might not be big enough to show that it's worth reinvesting in. If you spend too much, you might, lose all your money, but and not, so the testing is important that you're getting just the right amount or enough. And that's talking to the publisher too. Look, I don't want to spend too much.
Yeah.
I don't want to undermine this test by spending too little either. So where should I be spending and what results should I see based on your experience and get that information and then bring it, up the channel to say, we want to run some tests. We think we can drive more revenue and this is how much we want to risk. And this is what the reward looks like, the
Yeah.
potential. And we'll report back why it worked or why it didn't. And then we
Uh,
can decide on future investments.
that's a great point, and approaching that from a partnership perspective, where you guys are both taking risks on both ends, and asking their advice on like, hey, have you seen campaigns like this work with a brand like ours? Super important question, and good partners will tell you the truth, right? Like bad guys, dirtball. Business dev folks are gonna maybe lie to you, but if you've got that relationship with them existing on other clients, it's always a good fit and a great question to ask. um Anything else on that topic there, Todd?
Yeah, I guess, you kind of pointed it out, but most publishers want you to be happy you spent money with them because
Sure.
then you'll spend money again. They're not there to kind of one and done. And by explaining kind of your concerns and your objectives of the test and what you're looking to get out of it and being as transparent as possible, they can tell you, yeah, we've heard that all of this or some of this from other brands, and this is what we did, right? So they're there to take their learnings and help you. And at the end of the day, they want to make you as happy that you, and then you'll keep working with them. And it's interesting. This is really the only industry where you get to have these kind of conversations. When you're doing programmatic and paid search,
Uh-huh.
paid social, you're not talking to anybody. You're pushing buttons and turning knobs and pulling levers on a
Sure.
machine. There's no conversation. So you're assuming all the risk on your end to test, keywords or, um, you know, uh, targeting and things like that, whether it works or not. And there's no kind of back and forth and really no, no, yeah, of course, we're going to make this work for you. Here's how we can do that.
Yeah, and there's also an additional incentive because word travels fast in this industry. If you are producing good quality content or having great partnerships, and the opposite is true as well. If you're not doing well or performing for a brand, it could be well known out there, and others won't work with you. So it is the kind of reputation that you bring in. Um, all right. As we wind down here, I always love asking this question to legends like you in this industry. What are you seeing in this industry right now that we really need to address? That's a bigger problem.
Well, I don't know if it's really a problem as much as an opportunity that, this creator economy, the creator influencer space and the affiliate space, there's a lot of overlap there. And affiliate marketers have a lot of experience in this space, especially on driving outcomes versus how influencers started. It was more about driving brand awareness. And I think companies are starting to realize that as much as we want to make people aware of our brand or the new product that we just launched, we really do want results. And
Mhm.
so, how can we kind of work more closely together as a team? I think the creators and the affiliate teams, because there's sometimes there's overlap, right? The creator team is paying a creator, and the affiliate team is paying them as well, right? They don't aren't speaking. So, I think that's a big opportunity to really scale these two channels together. Um, and like a platform like we offer, I mean, it's very easy for those to live side by side and the teams to kind of operate independently, but also collaborate. So, because they can share data across the two um, programs and things like that. So to me, I think that's the most exciting thing I'm seeing in the industry right now is this is different for every company and it's kind of ever evolving. So it's part of your maturity curve and where you are. Some people aren't doing influencer yet, or they've been
Hmm.
doing it a little bit, or they've been doing it a long time. And where it's going to end up is kind of the interesting thing that I'm watching for. And like I said, different brands are taking different approaches. So I think that's a big opportunity, especially if you are an affiliate manager, to be able to contribute and help these other teams or assume that because it doesn't exist and start running with it. It's great for your career. It's great for the company. You're adding more value. I think there's just a lot there right now um, that everyone needs to be talking about internally and exploring. Like, what's the best route here? Can we do more,
Hmm.
better, right?
Yeah, and influencer marketing may or may not be on the table when you get to a company and you're working with them in the affiliate channel. And sometimes I've come across like social media managers wanting to handle that influencer space, but they don't know how to negotiate contracts in that kind of capacity, like we do as affiliate managers. And um, I found it best to like try to help them educate on what affiliate is and what it isn't, more than anything out there. But I wish there was more of a bridge to gap those two between us. It just seems like an interesting dynamic in the marketing channel.
Yeah, I think that's the leadership too, right? Like, what are we trying to do as a company? And sometimes having two things in two silos is not as synergistic as maybe combining the teams or having them more collaborative, right? I always say the two ways I look at affiliate and influencer working together is um, uh, cooperation or consolidation. And neither is better than the other. It's just what works best, right? Like the affiliate team can do tracking, they can do contract negotiations, like you said, they can find opportunities, whereas um, the influencer team maybe is not able to track as accurately or at all, and
Mm,
they're really, like I said, looking to create more brand awareness. And affiliate is moving up funnel. I think creator is moving down funnel. So
mm.
there's overlap. They're converging, and that's exciting. And um, I know companies that it's all under one umbrella. It's all under one team. I know that where it's an outsourced PR firm that's running their influencer stuff, and affiliate teams internal. So it's always different. It's more about where I guess the industry is going to kind of recognize the most efficiencies are, and I think that's happening. So being
Okay.
a part of that is an opportunity for everyone, right? For growth.
Yeah, I think it's every company is going to scale it in a different kind of way. No two companies are the same. And if you were to wave a magic wand, like how would you set up that business structure internally for influencers and affiliate and other marketing channels to get along together?
Yeah, I mean, I would have a team called I guess a partnership team, performance team,
Okay.
whatever, and I would have them doing both, and I would recognize that there's branding dollars in here, there are traffic dollars in here, and there are revenue share dollars in here for budget, and based on the objective of a campaign or the business as a whole, we shift that around and we work with all these types of partners, and there's a lot of overlap, but also having one platform to do all that tracking so that it's unified, you're getting the same kind of reporting. There's a lot of consistency and efficiency in that. And then, like I said, having the teams understand each other, that cross pollination, they're working together, not against each other or off on
Hmm.
their own, which to me, I just feel like you might be missing opportunities. That's all.
Yeah. Go team go. If you can get collaboration in the partnership team, it's for the best. Just hard to come by. So, all right, Todd, as we wind down, it's time here to defend your post. Get ready. It is 1 year ago. You said even co-founders should be certified. I'm happy to share that I've obtained a new certification as an expert in impact.com. So my question here is, How many times did it take you to pass this test? This is a traditionally really difficult test to pass, and I failed at it a couple of times before I got it right.
Yeah, we have internally in our company, we have our external PXA Partnerships Academy,
Yeah.
which is a learning center. We power it with an LMS solution, and anybody in the industry, they don't have to be a customer of ours, can train on industry focused stuff. And then obviously, if you're a customer, you can train on product focused stuff too. Um, and so we require all of our employees to be certified in the products that we offer. So Advocate, Creator, and
Yeah.
Performance. So
Smart.
um, it is hard, but I mean, I think I passed it on the first time. I think I passed them all on the first time. That was the first of many certifications that I've done internally. Um, just because it's nice because you understand it. You have the whole company at impact.com with that baseline knowledge, even if they're not touching people using that product, right?
Hmm.
So it's good to get people trained. And it's amazing how PXA has grown and the number of students, I guess you could say, that have applied. External learners, not impact employees. I think we exceeded well over 20,000 learners. So
Oh my.
it's amazing that people are loving that, and there's hours, hundreds of hours, probably thousands of hours of content in there to learn. So if anybody is interested and doesn't know about this, if you just go to impact.com and or just type in impact.com and space PXA, it'll show you the portal there, and you can sign up for free and you can have at it. And all
Awesome.
those certifications, as you can see, you can apply to your LinkedIn profile. So we have a relationship with LinkedIn. So once you're certified, any of those certifications can be added to your LinkedIn profile, which is nice.
Yeah, and I've gone through it over the last couple of years and got my certifications as well. Love what you guys are doing there, educating the public to uh, fall in love with affiliate like we have throughout the years. So great system. All right, Todd, how do we connect with you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn, so that's an easy way to find me and message me there. You can email me, Todd at impact.com as well. You can go to our website. There's tons of ways to get in touch with other people or departments if you're interested in learning more. We're here to help.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for passing all this knowledge around, Todd. Appreciate your time. And for those folks out there, keep on recruiting, and we'll see you out there. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye, Todd.
Dustin.